And starting tonight at 5, a man is found dead in an alley on the west side.
Who found him and the concerns neighbors in the area are now expressing about the violence.
We've had a spring feel the last several days, but it is back to winter by the weekend. I'll have a look ahead in your forecast.
Back here at the NFL Scouting Combine in downtown Indianapolis, we're taking a look at who the Colts might have their eyes on come April for the NFL Draft, especially on the defensive side of the ball. That's coming up for you on 13 Sports.
I'm Karen Campbell outside of Lucas Oil Stadium inside the fan zone where the winds are forcing officials to change some plans. Live from Indy, you're watching 13 News.
Tonight at 5, Destin is in for Felicia, and we start tonight with neighbors expressing concerns about a body that was discovered in an alley on the west side of our city.
One of those neighbors coming home from working the night shift found the man early this morning. Our Marina Silva spoke with him and several others who live in the area.
There's still remnants of the overnight investigation near Somerset Avenue. The neighbors we spoke with say there's always something happening.
Many people around here were asleep at 3 a.m. For some, their dogs woke them up to commotion happening behind their homes.
I got up, went out. There was a body laying in the back alley. And then the police officers was coming in the alley just as I was looking over the fence.
IMPD says they got a call that a person was found laying in an alley in a neighborhood near 10th and Tibbs. When officers got to the scene, they found a man who died.
It was determined that there was some trauma to the body and that possible gunshot wound.
IMPD is asking for neighbors to check their cameras or for any information that could help them.
If you were in that alleyway, driving through that alley, and those little links, those key pieces are important.
While neighbors don't know who died, they do feel bad.
I feel sorry for his family. I mean, they've lost a family member, whether he was a good guy or a bad guy, they've still lost somebody.
But people who live in this area tell 13 News they have concerns about where they live.
This place used to be a very nice neighborhood for families, and over time, a lot of renters have moved in.
Roberta Howard has lived here for years. She says she has considered leaving. She, along with other neighbors, feel as the area gets forgotten.
I love our cops, but IPD has sort of let us go. Unless there is a reason for them to come in this neighborhood.
Howard, along with her neighbors, hope this sparks change so they can feel better in their homes. Marina Silva, 13 News.
The Marion County Coroner's Office is notifying the man's next of kin before releasing his name.
A man accused of attacking a 14-year-old boy who was riding a motorbike is now facing a couple of new charges tonight. We learned from the Marion County prosecutor they're now adding 2 new charges of intimidation against the suspect in the case, Jason Harrell. The charges followed an attack that was caught on a doorbell camera video. And we want to warn you, if you continue watching right now, you might find some of these images disturbing. Prosecutors say when you look at this video, you can also hear Harrell threatening the teen and also the teen's family members. Harrell's now facing new charges on top of the 2 previous counts of battery and 3 other counts of intimidation. The man who's there in the green t-shirt will be back next month in court.
Developing tonight, a Marion man now knows he's going to spend 41 years in prison after taking a plea deal in the death of an Indiana State Trooper nearly 2 years ago. Master Trooper James Bailey came into work on his day off after hearing about a lot of crashes on I-69 just north of Fort Wayne back in March of 23. Investigators say Bailey was getting out stop sticks to try and slow a chase down involving Terry Sands. Well, that's when a Fort Wayne officer at the scene said Sands intentionally crashed into the trooper. Last month, Sands agreed to plead guilty to resisting law enforcement and aggravated battery, and today he walked into court and then out of it after learning his sentence, past several state troopers lining both sides of the sidewalk, as you see right there.
Master Trooper Bailey will forever be a hero in our hearts, for his death, although tragic, saved the lives of innocent motorists stalled on the interstate during a storm. James will be missed, but will always be remembered.
And what an image there. The DeKalb County prosecutor dropped the murder charge he faced, as well as another aggravated battery charge as part of that plea agreement. The law firm looking into harassment allegations within Mayor Joe Hogsett's administration submitted its first report to the council last night.
And surprising or not, this report is kind of short, only 3 pages, and that has some people wondering, 3-page, how long is this investigation really going to take?
A lot of people asking questions about this. Tonight, our Marion County reporter Lauren Kostick shares why it could be months before we see a final report.
The 3-page report outlines steps taken by the outside law firm to investigate the allegations within City Hall. But the attorneys on the case seemed rather tight-lipped about any specific details during a meeting with the council's investigative committee Wednesday night.
Do you feel like the administration's been transparent and forthcoming?
We will not disclose the details.
So far, the firm has conducted 2 interviews with more set up. They also received about 1,000 documents from the city. As for a timeline, the attorneys did not give a specific date, but the committee chair is looking at June 1st as a possible deadline.
In the committee, my personal goal would be to get a final report by June 1st, but that's a wish.
And the longer and longer this investigation takes, many are wondering, how much is this all costing? We're going to dive into those numbers coming up at 6. In Indianapolis, Lauren Kostick, 13 News.
Right now, this investigation is in the middle of phase 2 of 3 phases. Counselors would like some more urgency, but do understand the investigation needs to be done right.
All right, Indy Parks is looking forward to spring and summer, getting to work on improving a Westside park.
That's right. Indianapolis Mayor Joe Hogsett joined the Parks Department to break ground on the $2.6 million project at Chapel Hill Park. This was the scene out there this morning. When the work there is wrapped up, they'll have a new splash pad, a new playground, a basketball court, and 2 pickleball courts.
Pickleball, of course, becoming very popular, and those who live and work in that community say they are excited. Take a listen.
You know, when you were a little kid and your mom and dad said, hey, we're going to go to the park. Remember those feelings that come to you when you're going to go to the park and you're going to play? Well, this park has had kids and children and family come and play, but has sorely needed some help.
Yeah, and thankfully the slides aren't metal anymore.
Yes, those were hot.
The money needed for the improvements is coming from a Lilly endowment grant as well as a portion of the Indy Parks capital budget.
Kind of cool. Just yesterday we were talking about an improvement at Tarkington Park, so good to see that Lilly Foundation money be put to use. Here's a live look outside right now. Got a nice temperature swing back up in the 50s today. The sun is shining. The skies are blue, however.
Yeah, but there's a big but. We've also seen a lot of wind. And if you get the notifications from our live Doppler 13 weather app, you likely saw the push preparing you for some weather whiplash the next 48 hours. Angela's in the Weather Center with a look at all these changes we can expect. Angela?
Yeah, and I think I can sum it up. We go from mid-60s tomorrow to feeling like the teens on Saturday. Do the math. That's a feels like temperature difference of 50 degrees.
Yuck.
So I'm here to alert you of all those changes coming our way. We'll start with a few spotty showers. We talked about the possibility of this yesterday. Instability showers developing with daytime heating. We have a few of those. Most of them are beginning to move into the western sections of Ohio, but Winchester, a downpour, a few in between Newcastle and Richmond. We head south and pick up some spotty showers in and around Connorsville, Liberty, and Brookville. This is the last of it, and we really turn our attention to the gusty winds that are developing and will continue the next several days. We're in the 40s and 50s with a nice mix of sun and clouds for most of us. Winds gusting to 33 in Indianapolis, a gust near 50 right now in Muncie, and the winds will continue to gust. We go under a wind advisory during the day tomorrow with gusts perhaps topping 50 miles per hour or more. Temperatures in the mid-60s. We'll talk about the big tumble coming our way as we start the weekend in a few minutes.
All right, Angela, thanks so much. And don't worry, if you can't watch Angela, you can always get your weather news if you've got the live Doppler 13 weather app.
That is where all of our meteorologists will keep you updated on the forecast on their weather blog. It's a free download in your phone's app store. Well, the NFL Scouting Combine is full steam ahead downtown this week.
Yes, a very big week for our sports department. Dom has been there all week long, and tonight he joins us after talking to a couple of players who the Colts might right now have their eyes on.
Welcome back inside the Indiana Convention Center for NFL Scouting Combine, day 3 of festivities going on here in downtown Indianapolis. All right, the big question, who are the Colts going to pick in April in the first round of the NFL Draft? A lot of talk has been about tight end, defensive backs, offensive line. We focused on the defensive backfield, talked to a safety and a cornerback that the Colts might have their eyes on come April.
The Colts have shown a serious need in the defensive backfield. Depth at the corner and safety positions, splash players, ones that can stay on the field and be consistent. Look no further than Georgia safety Malachi Starks and Michigan cornerback Will Johnson, two of the very best at their respective positions, two guys who could help this team right away with their skill sets.
I mean, I always feel like I got something to prove to myself, that I'm the best and that all my hard work is worth it. So I feel like the film talks a lot too.
My biggest thing is just being versatile, being able to move around, being able to line up inside, outside, in the box, being able to understand the defense and communicate. I think that's my biggest strength.
Both guys are projected first rounders and could very well be available at pick 14 for Indy, both confident in what they can bring to the table for an NFL team.
Someone that's going to come in and earn the respect of his teammates and his coaches, a guy that's going to work hard, put his head down and earn respect, and come in and shut down the side of the field, shut down a number one receiver, and capitalize off that and go intercept the ball.
I think I could just come in and, bring that juice, be able to move around, be a chess piece, so to speak, so you can move me around, and I think I can add value.
No doubt the Colts will be happy with either Malachi Starks or Will Johnson in that defensive backfield. A real alpha corner or a guy who's super versatile in Starks who can roam around the field and make plays. That's what the Colts need on this defense. Splash plays under new defensive coordinator Lou Anarumo. All right, we're talking offense coming up at 6. The big name that all Colts fans want to hear, Tyler Warren, tight end at Penn State. We catch up with him and talk a little bit about him playing in Indianapolis. It's coming up for you at 6. For now, here in downtown Indy, I'm Dominic Miranda, 13 Sports.
All right, Dom, thanks so much. Well, the players may be the main attraction at the Combine,
but there's a lot of fun for football fans as well. Our Karen Campbell joins us live outside Lucas Oil Stadium in the fan zone. Hey, Karen.
Hey, Dustin, and the wind is really making its presence known today, so much so that just a short time ago, probably about 20 minutes ago, officials had to shut down this fan zone, and you can see they had to, lay some of their equipment down. They say for safety reasons, they had to shut it down. Again, this is temporarily from what we are hearing right now. Of course, we're not sure when it's going to reopen, but earlier, this did not stop fans from coming out and soaking up a little fun before heading inside the stadium. Take a look. We saw families out dressed in their favorite NFL jerseys who came out to support their loved ones competing in the Combine. Now, those who came out and, are still coming out going into the stadium, they enjoyed a lot of football-themed activities and even tested their skills in a variety of ways. We met one family who came out to support CJ West. He's a college football player from IU.
He's a really, really good guy. You see him on the field, he's a big guy, but when you meet him in person, he's a teddy bear. Everyone loves him. He has a great personality. He has a lot of support behind him with family and friends, and we're all just here to kind of bring that in for him.
You got it.
Yeah, and that's what it's all about, having that support from family and friends. Now, I can tell you, coming up at 6, we're going to talk to some fans, some younger fans who came out to support their favorite college or favorite football player. And we will let you know when this fan zone will reopen for those of you watching us now, if you still want to come out and take part in this Combine experience. Dustin?
It is so much fun. Hopefully that wind dies down soon.
Yes.
All right. Thanks, Karen. Eggs. They're a breakfast staple, whether eating at home or heading to a restaurant.
We have the changes that some local businesses are now having to make due to increasing prices. That's ahead at 5:30. But first, at 5, a new partnership.
The plans Kevin Hart and Pacers Sports and Entertainment have for Indianapolis.
Welcome to the Hoosier Gym in Knightstown, home of the Hickory Huskers. And tonight we're remembering Coach Norman Dale. Actor Gene Hackman has passed away. We'll talk to one of his players from that 1952 theatrical Indiana State Championship team.